What's up, Scrap Pack? Hope everybody's doing well. Welcome to the Muskrat Flats broadcast. So excited to have you here. Thanks to all the newcomers who we met earlier this year in the winter and the first part of the spring tour. Great to have all you here in the Scrap Pack. Welcome. This is episode one of the Muskrat Flats broadcast, and episode one is entitled Dedicated to the supporters. Because without y'all, we would not be here supporting us year after year, giving us that energy and focus to keep pushing, keep making more music, keep getting out there, doing more shows. We couldn't be more grateful for y'all. And yeah, it's been quite a year so far in 2025. Lots going on. We got some great upcoming shows. Getting into the first part of the summer season, we've got a little recap of the winter tour that we just had. Also, new live album that's going to be coming up. Can't wait to tell you all about that. I've had that one on the back burner for quite some time. Also, it is the 1 year anniversary of Down the Line that we're celebrating just this past April. So it's been quite the run, 1 year coming in and getting all those songs out there, playing them in front of y'all. Lots to talk about there. And of course, we couldn't have been getting that done without all of your support. So thanks again. We really appreciate it. But first up, we got some upcoming shows that we're really excited about to kind of kick off that summer season, if you will. The first of which is at the Tap Shack, and this is going to be on June 5th down in Duck, North Carolina. I know some of y'all know the Outer Banks in North Carolina, maybe vacationing and all that kind of stuff. I know personally, we used to take a lot of vacations down in that area when we were younger, and definitely has a fond memory of going there growing up and kind of exploring some of those beaches. Really excited to be hitting the Tap Shack because we had two shows there last year that had to get rescheduled because of certain hurricanes and all kinds of weather conditions. So really stoked to get down there and finally get that show on. June 6th, the following night. So that'll be Thursday night. We'll be at the Tap Shack in Duck, North Carolina. Friday night, we're going to be at Shaka Taco, and that is in Surf City, North Carolina. So we're doing a little beach run. Got to start off that warm weather season right and getting down to the beaches. I know we're all looking forward to it because as the years go by, it seems like we get less and less time to actually take some vacation time and do those fun things that we seem to miss out when we're trying to pack our schedule, family things, personal things, and sometimes those vacations get away from us. So we're really excited about getting to the beach and getting to play some tunes at the same time. So very exciting. Night number three of the June run is going to be at one of our favorite spots. That's Easy Wind Farms in Burgess, Virginia. Katie and Danny throw some of the most incredible parties. They're in a cozy little spot on the northern neck of Virginia. If you can, if you're in anywhere on the East Coast from Philadelphia, Baltimore, come on down. It's not a far ride. A beautiful setting. They have a really cool little neck of woods where they throw these awesome festivals, and we're going to be joined playing alongside Mountain Grass Unit, which we're really stoked to hear those guys live. They've been hustling and just playing some incredible shows. So to be able to share the stage with those guys, also our guys, Dirty Grass players. We got to see Ben from Dirty Grass this past run down in Baltimore, Maryland at the 8x10, hanging out with Ben. It was such a great time. And we share that love for Easy Wind Farms. So that's going to be a great day. They got a lineup of, I think, about 5 or 6 bands. going to really drive home some of that bluegrass tones, but then the Muskrats are going to do their own thing. We're going to be playing two sets of music, and we got a really cool night of music scheduled for y'all, and can't wait to share that. We've been kind of retooling, and getting some of these songs that we've been playing this past year, especially on the Down the Line tour run, getting them dialed in as we've been playing them closer to how it is on the album this past year. But now we're going to be taking them in a little bit of a different direction and kind of adding that muskrat tone to those songs that have I think they've kind of been stretched out or been played as much as they can to sound like they do on the album, and get them a little bit stratified, if you will. For some of you that don't know, or maybe you're new to the Scrap Pack, the way that we do our live shows is kind of very unique, drawing on some of our influences, but then doing our own thing. So, really looking forward to talking more about that. What do we do in our live shows? I know we've had a lot of folks coming up to us after shows asking us, hey, what are you guys doing there? You're not just doing that formula of setting up, playing the same show night after night, playing the hits or whatever it might be, the go-to tunes. You're right. We do something a little bit different, and we're going to, go into depth as some of these episodes roll along. But that has really been probably the most rewarding part of getting out there, getting these songs on the road, is hearing all that feedback from you. And, what I hope to share a little bit here in the Muskrat broadcast is so many of y'all come up to us after the shows and talk to us, or at set break, and share the feedback. And hey, we've been following y'all online, or this is my first time seeing you, and what that experience has been through your eyes. And I'm hoping that we can share some of that feedback with the broader public here, because we get you folks reaching out to us in text message or messages, comments online, and it really stirs up a great conversation that I think is worth taking to the broader listening public of the Muskrat Flats world. So that's another thing that we're going to be talking about. Like I said, 1 year anniversary. We'll be doing lots of recaps, talking about that. Um, yeah, and along with the down the line and all of our supporters, it's one thing that's been so cool is everybody sending us messages. Hey guys, we're out on a fishing trip right now, or we're on vacation, or at a barbecue, and we have the album on, or on a long road trip, and this song just came on, and you've shared those tales when we come into your town, telling us some of your favorite tracks and how that's kind of hit you. It's when we write the songs, they always have a certain meaning to us. But then after we share them out to the world, it kind of takes on a new meaning when we hear your feedback, and maybe how you've internalized or personalized that song into your life. So I can't wait to share some of those tidbits and talking about those songs, maybe a little bit about behind the song, behind the music, and where those songs came from as well. I'm definitely going to get Patty, have him on the broadcast, some of the other guys from the band, and maybe even bring in some special guests to come in here and talk a little bit about what they do in the music scene, and maybe some players that we've come across over the past years, playing alongside them with shows and festivals, and bringing that to y'all in this space. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And I think one of the really cool things that's happened over the last 5, 6 years of the band, being a real thing, is the different evolutions that have taken place over the years. And for some of y'all don't know the background story of the band. The band started somewhere around 2019, and a lot of the songs were songs that I had written or pieces of songs that I had written, and then bringing other people into the equation, like Patty, who helped to record and engineer that first album, also helped produce. He helped me with a lot of the songwriting as far as, final touches and giving me that sounding board to make sure that, it sounds good in my head, or hey, Matt, this part here is good, but maybe the other part needs a little working. And then bringing in JP, and we've been, I think, about 2.5 years right now with Jeremy on drums and Eric Cooper on bass. Solid 2.5 years, I would say, of going out on the road with them, taking those songs which have already had their evolutions, and reworking them or seeing them through new eyes. As when you're working with musicians who are so incredibly talented, they also bring these great ideas to the table, and that's taken on a whole new level itself. So, all that being said, the band has gone into this really interesting evolution of, at first, it being kind of my music, music that's come out of my head, or, been given to me by, some universal power, or what it might be. And then with Patty joining the band and some other guys joining the band, to it being kind of our band, me and Patty's band. And for a little while, Patty and JP taking it out, when they started Patty and the Caravan. That, of course, is Patty's side project. When he's not out on tour, he's trying out new songs, doing all kinds of covers. If you haven't had a chance to check that out and you're in the Philadelphia area, definitely go and check out Patty and the Caravan. So him and JP took a whole bunch of songs that came to become songs that were on Down the Line, our second album, and we're working those out live, working them out in the studio, and kind of getting them to where they needed to be to take it into the studio. And that's been one really cool, maybe third evolution of the band, is going from me and Patty, and then the newer folks in the band, to whereas the music has just grown and become more powerful as well, because it has these incredible creative minds, who are also embracing the music, to finally taking on a completely new life, with you, the fans and supporters. Now it's kind of become your music in a way, because over the years, you've been talking to us, and after the shows and whatnot, giving us those feedback, and even some things that maybe to us weren't the shining star or the biggest highlight of a particular evening. Hearing what you think really has put it in a different light. And along with that, sometimes we have ideas for going on tour certain places, or maybe we've been to a certain area, and then y'all have contacted us or tell us, after shows, hey, you guys should check out here. You should come to this part of town. And we've been doing that. So the band, in a way, has taken on a new life, and it's a life that the music has become all of ours. And you being the Scrap Pack, we really appreciate your support these past couple years. So along with that support, we would be remiss without mentioning all of our past sponsors, with American Marketing being one of our biggest supporters in the past couple years. Also, the Red Lantern Tavern, one of our home bases for music, letting us do a lot of experimenting, hosting us for Scrat Fest. And I'm sure you can see maybe that poster behind me on the wall. That was such a great time. To Sherry Punjab, one of our favorite venues in the Philadelphia area. If you're in Philly, I know that you all have been to this place because they host such great music. They really embody what it is to be like an incredible venue, because they really dig down and Pushpinder, he's out there at the shows. You see him, he's listening. He's listening to the fans. What do they like? And has really become one of those places that it has become a mainstay of the Philadelphia and Philadelphia suburb energy. So we're so grateful to all these great sponsors. Also, Brothers Printing and Design. Thanks so much to those guys for sponsoring us. You know, without that help, we just wouldn't be able to do what we do. Because as many of you know, it's so incredibly difficult to be a musician these days, a musician that is putting out albums, is keeping consistently putting out music and going out on the road, which, you know, I know some people say, how do you guys even do this? Well, it wouldn't be for our supporters and fans who have just been there time for time, time after time, going back to our 2022 tour, where we went out and, you know, we asked y'all to help fuel the flats, and that's what you did. You stepped up, helped us out financially in putting up some money, and we got some great T-shirts and posters, and I know y'all have those hanging up, and that was such a great kickoff to our tour a couple years ago. And same thing with the down the line campaign and pre-sale. Once we started recording that, you know, we reached out to you, the audience, to help us get it that much further. So we wouldn't be able to do it without our supporters, also our sponsors. So that's been such a huge thing because it can be really difficult, you know, keeping that band going year after year. So that's been gigantic. And while we're talking about down the line, you know, we wouldn't have been able to do that album without John at Edgy Productions coming in and playing that producer role for us, where we were looking for somebody to kind of jump in and really steer the ship as far as some of those financial goals that we had and being able to kind of lend a hand in that department. That was huge. John, you got to join us backstage at the Ardmore Music Hall. For those of you who were at the Ardmore, that show with Electron from this past month was absolutely incredible. You know, we keep getting to this place where we say, this is our biggest show ever. And that's such a cool thing that every year, every couple months or whatever it might be, this is our biggest show. So we're constantly striving to take it to the next level. And John, you got to hang out with us backstage with some of our homies, you know, as we're doing our thing, getting ready for the show. You got to see a little bit of that behind the scenes. Some of you might know John, and we'll have to have him on the broadcast to talk a little bit more about Edgy Productions, what they're doing and what they're going to be doing moving forward. So all of that comes together. You know, we're just so grateful to be here in this place, and we don't take it for granted. You know that who knows, anything can happen, and we might not be able to do this in the future. So we're eternally grateful that we get to bring this music to you. We get to come to all of our favorite cities, finding new cities, talking with y'all before and after the shows, online and the comments. So really grateful for that. For anybody who's wanting to, you know, kind of get more, you know, into where the Scrat Pack really thrives, you know, you can get on Facebook and some of those social media places. But the real main place that you can be a part of the Scrap Pack is in our mailer. So there's going to be a link for the mailer. Click on there, sign up for the Scrap Pack mailer. And here we're talking about some of our upcoming shows before we even announce it online. We're talking about some of the stories, some of the planning for upcoming shows too, because like I said, this has kind of grown beyond who, you know, just the band. And y'all are saying, hey, next time you come to this town, we want to do this, or how about doing this? And making an even bigger party. So get into the mailer. That's the best place to support us. Some of those limited edition merchandise albums or merchandise products, we're putting those in the mailer before it ever reaches the online and social media space. So definitely jump in there if you can, if you want to support the band. We really appreciate it. Later on this summer, we have some really fun things going on in the Floyd, Virginia area. If anybody knows, we love Floyd. We love Virginia. It's been one of the greatest places for us to play. It seems like Virginia really loves music more than anything. They've been such great supporters of ours, whether it's Richmond, Virginia, Roanoke, Virginia, Floyd, Virginia. People always seem to come out and support, and y'all have become some of our best buddies on the road, and we really look forward to seeing you. We know you all by name when we're out there. But in Floyd, Virginia, we're going to be doing a really special celebration for Jerry Garcia's birthday, along with some other folks and some bands, vendors. It's going to be a great time. So again, get on the Scrap Pack mailer. This is going to be some of the first place that we're going to be talking about this and details that come along with that as well. And then moving into the fall, hey, where do you want to see the Muskrats for the rest of the year? We want to maybe come to your town, come through a really awesome party, and next year as well. Let us know what festivals you want us to be on. We've been getting a lot of outreach, especially this year. Very grateful to all the festival promoters who have been reaching out. Really stoked to lean into that next year and get on some more festivals. So hey, we are really looking forward to having y'all be involved with this broadcast here, the Muskrat Flats broadcast. So please, leave us a message. Tell us what you're wanting more of. Tell us where you're wanting to see us in the next year. And we look forward to seeing you next time we come through town. All right, y'all. Be well.